Hey. It's your girl. What's up? Hey, how y'all doing? I'm doing good. I'm glad to hear you all are doing good. Good. You thinking like, yeah. Sometimes I can't even see myself in the camera. Sometimes I can't even see myself in the camera, so I have to, do what I have to do. So, what do I want to talk about today? Let's see. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Holy Spirit, holy angels. Ancestors of the purest, highest white light resonance. Well, lead us and guide us, because I had one thing in mind, but I just could not get it together. I could not find my notes on it. My notes were kind of all scattered, and I didn't put them together in the proper way, because there's two things I want to talk about. I want to go into great detail of my experience and I think this is where I'm going to go, because I'm getting so much power from I don't even know which way to go, because there's so many doors. There is a prophecy that I received so many years ago over in this little church that was right over in Camden, and they talked about, he says, you're gonna be there like, Lord, there's so many doors. You're opening so many doors before me. I don't know which way to go. Which way do I go, Lord? Which way do I go? And that's also a prophecy that some of y'all might resonate with in this season. So you're going to have to be able to decide which way to go. But if you have some sort of insight, wisdom, foresight, discerning, it's going to be easy for you. You'll know the way to go, because it'll feel right for you. It's a part of your destiny. It's a part of your soul's path. And I mean, like, even when I was just beginning to come up upon the topic, as I would begin to put let the words come together in my head, I can feel the spirit rising up in me in such a way that I know I'm supposed to go to this, and I want to talk about this in as much as I can. And because I'm not a person for notes, y'all know me, I really don't. I take notes behind the scenes, but when I get in front of the camera, I kind of free flow it, because I like to flow with spirit. I don't like to be pre-programmed as to, oh, this, I'm gonna do this, then I like the free flow of spirit. I like how a spirit flows freely through me, because sometimes you have to be able to, one time when I was going into ministry, and I was trying to take a course, and I had paid all this money for this class, and one of the in the beginning of the lesson, it says, do you think that you're able to reach one person, or do you believe that you're able to reach everyone that's in your congregation or in that watches you? And y'all know me. I'm one of those out of the box people. I believe I'm able to reach everyone that touches, that listens to this podcast, this video, this YouTube video, wherever flat platform that you see it on, and you see it, I know that it's going to touch you in some way. If it doesn't do it immediately, it's going to do it in the days to come. And so you will forever be changed. You will forever be changed by my presence. I promise you that you're going to forever be changed by my presence. A word that I said, just my energy alone is going to bring about a shift, a change, a move. That's only if you're willing. And then some of y'all, I'm telling you now, some of you have such a call on your life that even if you're not willing, you already chose to do this thing before you came. The chosen ones, you chose this life. You chose to come back and to do what you're going to do in this season. And so even if you don't, the Lord will take that umbrella out from over you. And he will allow you to get wet and hurt and misused and abused and tricked and lied to and cheated upon, and all for it to come crumbling down upon your head, so that you have no other choice but to turn to the Most High. Surrender your will for his will. That's all he's asking you to do, because there is such a call on your life. It's so important. You are, what did it say? She said, you are important to him. You are important to him. He needs you. And it's greater than you. It's greater than that little thing you got going on. It's greater than that little that you're trying to build. It's greater if you would surrender your will to the will of the Most High. Look at that. That calmed me right on down, right? So the topic that I want to get into today is something that's so near and dear to my life, my purpose, my journey, and my walk. And the reason I bring the things that I bring to you is because they were my experiences. If you really listen, you can find out everything you need to know about me just by listening to the different podcasts and the different videos and things that I do. So, this particular topic, because there was two I had to choose from. One is and I'm going to just mention it, but I'll do it next. You really have to understand taking back your power and standing in your power, people. Take back your power and stand in your power. Take back and pull back your energy from people, places, and things that you have given it to, you have loaned it to, you have been involved with, that you willingly and unwillingly have allowed people to pull, to siphon, to use your energy, especially in places where it's being misused and abused, okay? But we'll get into that later on the next video. But this video that I wanted to talk about today is breaking the glass ceilings of Christianity. For me, what I have come to realize that there is a glass ceiling in Christianity, Western Christianity, in the church, staying in the church. There was a glass ceiling. And it first came to me when I was over in the church and I was praying about leaving, and the church had just went through a huge move. They tried to overthrow the pastor. The pastor, he had such a calling on his life. He took the congregation and went and rented him some space and moved to another area. But then after a year or two there, he called in a speaker, and his name was Kelly Varner, and he came out of Songs of Solomon. And I'm so sorry that I did not bring that with me. I might be able to do it. I can pull my little iPad out here. I didn't do Songs of Solomon. It would be dead. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to go check. I couldn't find it. I couldn't go through it long enough. I think it's 8 chapters to Songs of Solomon, but I didn't know I was going to talk about that per se, or that scripture. But anyway, I just want to say that pastor, Kelly Varner, God bless his soul, he passed away, but he had come into the church and he had preached, and he came from Songs of Solomon, and he said something to the effect of, there is so much in you. I put cinnamon and myrrh and frankincense and all of these great, wonderful spices and aromas are in you, but you will never get to see how great it is if you don't leave this place. And so then I knew that there was a glass ceiling in Christianity, or you level up out of stuff, ministries, and you have to be willing to shift and move and leave. You have to change from one place to the next. It has to keep advancing you, helping you to evolve, grow, become wiser, more spiritual, deeper, higher, whatever it is. You have got to do what is best for your soul's growth. And when you don't, you become like a caged bird. You get frustrated with every little thing. You become crazy. And it's crazy because I see this a lot with people. And I guess because I am such an agent of change, that when even on my jobs, I mean, I had people leave like, why are you still here? You wasting your life. I would be having people leave. They were like, because if you're so miserable, and of course I would be on a job, part-time, just the summer or something like that. And actually I was working in Florida. I was working at a pretzel, the Annie Ann's pretzels or something. We're making pretzels or something. And the girls were so miserable and nasty. And whenever the customers wanted something, they were like, no, they can't get. I couldn't understand why they just wouldn't give these customers whatever they asked for. Like, we have it. Like, just like, it would be something simple like, don't put cinnamon and sugar on both sides of the pretzel. Just put it on one side of the pretzel. And I'm like, yeah, because it's just coming out of the oven. It's not like it's already made. The practice was to do both sides. But this woman was like, can I just get it on one side since we have to wait for it? It hasn't. Yeah, sure, it's not a problem. They fussed me down, called the manager on me. But I'm the type of person, because I look at things as if it's my business. I'm trying to please the customer by any means to keep them coming back. And no, it's not a norm. No, it may not be something that can be done the next time you come back, because most of the time the pretzels are already made. But clearly she understood and knew the process and said, well, since it is just coming out, can I? Absolutely, you're right. You absolutely can. And but I'm sure Auntie Ann would want us to do that as well. They keep her customers coming back, you know. And so I would say, well, why are you working here? Because you're so bitter and you're so nasty. Like, go get another job. Go do something else. Find something else you like to do. But you don't need to be, because you're too nasty. Like, if you don't like what you're doing, at the point you become bitter, callous, cold, curt, resentful to the customers, to the people you're there to help, you don't need to be there anymore, ma'am, sir. You don't need to be on that job anymore, because you're doing the company a huge disservice. Not that you would care, but see, I have that entrepreneurial mindset and the business, and I work for a business. I'm gonna treat the business like it was my business, because that's how I would want my employees to treat my business. So that's why I don't work long for people, because I can't do a whole lot for you that I ain't willing to do for myself. That I'm more about putting myself in business, but I will strike on a laborious job for to meet some needs during the holidays, and for my special getaways and things like that, you know. So there is a glass ceiling, and you have got to be willing to move and break the glass ceiling. In this season, we are breaking the glass ceiling to Christianity. No, we're not leaving Jesus behind. You don't have to if you don't want to. You are not leaving your relationship behind, but this organized way of doing religion, a way of doing it that it's not real to us. We have to, I seen it somewhere, and they said religion is about other people's experiences, but spirituality is about your own experience. And so in that, breaking the glass ceiling and moving beyond, for me, the way that Spirit has given it to me and shown it to me over the last few weeks or whatever is basically the children of Israel, and they were going around in the circles for 40 years. It's like, you're not getting it. Like, I need you to get something that you're not getting. And so this is where I say, to leaders, to the leaders and to the lay, if you're doing something for 10, for 20 years, I know a lot of y'all in this thing for money, especially the leaders. I know it's all about the money, because I know you're not getting that much feedback to see true personal growth, and just to have people coming in and giving in attendance every week looks good. Or that looks real good on the outside. But when we really start to do a qualitative opposed to quantitative evaluation of the condition of their soul, is it good or is it bad? What are you doing? Are you keeping people coming back 20 years, 40 years, just repetitively in a cycle, and they're not growing? They're not really adhering to what it is you're teaching, you're preaching. Sometimes it could be the people, but sometimes it could be you. For a lot of leaders, what Spirit was showing me too. He said a lot of people believe it's hard for leaders to pass the baton, because they feel as though they had this idea, they had this vision of I guess a lot of leaders have a vision of having some sort of mega style ministry, a huge ministry, a huge following. Unfortunately, that is about to be a thing of the past, because as the platform is here for more and more people to present a better way, people are going to begin to look at a better way. And so you all need to think of a better way. So gone are the days of building funds. Like, this stuff is really old and outdated, and come on, the sign of the times. And so you really need to be trying to break the ceiling in this season and go further than you have ever gone. And what I'm seeing is, for me, is basically what I see Spirit doing with me, which I can clearly see would be the way he would want most of humanity to go, because there's a oneness that we have to come into. And the oneness means that we're going to have to integrate a whole lot of everything. Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, all of it is going to have to integrate at some point, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And we gotta learn to get along. We gotta learn how to make this thing work, okay? And so in this season, you're gonna have to go above and beyond. Go above and beyond. And I know a lot of people don't want to do this, and they don't know how to do it. But I promise you, each day, Spirit keeps giving me something more. When you are open, when you don't have a whole lot of busyness in your schedule, there's not a lot of slots of time that is used up other ways. You can actually concentrate. You can actually be in the moment. You can actually come to appreciate the eternal glory of the Most High and the love of the ancestors and protection. You can come to truly bask in the glory of all of that when you get into this realm, this place. And so I'm asking you to just sit in your now, in the presence, and take an evaluation of yourself. What have I been doing over the last 10, 20 years? Am I truly evolving? Am I become wiser? Am I becoming more spiritual? Am I more connected to source, whatever it is? So it doesn't have to be Jesus. If you don't want to be Jesus, it doesn't have to be God. It can be your higher self. Are you more connected than you were 5 years ago, 10 years ago? What are you doing with your life, people? Are you evolving in the way? Are you understanding your purpose? Are you understanding your gifts, your callings, your anointings? Please go and check out the other video that I have about Revelations 12 woman. In this season, I want to give birth to a supernatural nation, a nation that will begin to operate in the gifts, callings, and the anointing to the fullness of what it is we were called and created to do here on the earth, which I call, like, it's more like an elite group, or the water walkers. I just said something simple like water walkers. Water walkers basically say, people who, for us, is going to become, when you have supernatural gifts and talents, it actually becomes natural for you. It looks like it's supernatural to other people, but it's really natural. But we have to really get used to operating in supernatural. We are spiritual beings, and we need to be able to communicate with the spiritual world better, a whole lot better. God is spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. He is spirit. And the reason we are stunned the way that we are is because we have not tapped into the spiritual side. We don't want to go into spiritual things because it becomes spooky. It's unknown to us. It's mysterious to us. I mean, whatever is mysterious to us, it's almost like it's off limits. And so, I always said it's crazy how they would do in church. To me, I would see people would they would pump, the praise and worship team would pump and praise, pump the people up to, they would get to the presence of God, trying to, they would do a few songs, but it's not, and sometimes you would see that it wouldn't be until like the third song that the presence was truly ushered in. And then as soon as you come to the place where you usher in the presence, they would sit down and let the pastor speak. And then you look at the pastor and be like, what, who hired him? He would just quench but if you don't have eyes in the realm of the spirit, if you're not tapped into spirit, you cannot discern when spirit is present or when he is absent. And so a lot of us are following people for the wrong reasons. You tapped into some stuff, y'all tapped into some people, places, and things that if you only could see, if you only knew, if you could only see what I see, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be doing it. And it's mind blowing that the level of mischief, maliciousness that are in these ministries that are calling themselves ministries and places of worship for God, and they're really not believers, but they have come to understand that this is a way of making money and I can manipulate these people. And so what they're really operating in is manipulation and pulling on your docile side, your softness, your kindness, taking your kindness for weakness, but you don't know the better. You don't know any better. So you keep on giving, you keep on doing, and all of that, And so all I'm saying is wake up, people. I try to tell people, like, one day I was sitting and I think it was like on one of the TV stations or something. It was like a Waco, Texas thing. And I said, wow, all these years, it's basically saying wake up. To me, I could clearly look at it and say, it's saying wake up. How do you let somebody come in here and lead you astray like this? Waco, Texas should have been a wake up call to all of humanity. To like, what are you doing that you are so committed to these people that you would literally allow them to lead you astray in the way that they do? And you don't even know. You don't know my voice. You don't know Spirit's voice to recognize when, he done went left. This man done went left. This woman done went left. You don't know. And then you just so disconnect. Some people, we have got to get it together. Because you call, what did he say? You call holy what's unholy, and that which is holy, you call wicked and unholy. Like, come on. You don't know because you're not connected. The only way you can know these things is you have to really ask Spirit, like, what is this, Spirit? And like go into meditation on people, places, and things as to whether or not I need to be putting any energy in this. What is it, Spirit? Otherwise, you can be led astray as well. And you would hear a word and then have been warned, and still on the day that come, you'll be like, wow, she was telling me all along. I didn't think she knew what she was talking about. I thought she was crazy. Something. That's because you're not listening to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Pay attention to how it feels. How does it feel? How does it feel? Anyway, yes. So basically, I'm just saying, in this season, you're going to have to break the glass ceilings to Christianity. Stop being so comfortable in what it is you did. Get ready to evolve into a much better way where we begin to operate as the spiritual beings that we are. In both dimensions, handle it in the 5D, in the 3D. Come on, let's go up higher, people. We got to do this. He's asking us to come up higher. He's asking for us to evolve. When the beginning of that movie, Lucy, that I always look at, she says we've been around for billions of years. Life has been around for billions of years. What have we done to it? Where have we come? How far have we come? And it's not for us to ever stop. We have to continue to evolve. We must continue to evolve, become wiser, more spiritual, to the degree that we operate in an what now may appear to be supernatural, but it's going to become natural for us. The more you operate in it and more you do it, it becomes natural. So prepare yourself, shift yourself. You know, they say the mind is powerful. It's the willpower is powerful. It's just that what are you using it? Because all of the willpower you do to use for that thing over there, you can use to change your mindset, grow yourself, evolve, become wiser, study, whatever it is. Your mind is able. It's able as well and capable to shift, grow, be better, be greater. Okay? So thanks for watching. Have a good one.